I had pulled cards for the new year, and I posted one on my story. The sacred inner space is our main portal for this year. 1 2 3 1 12, yeah, 12/31/23. That was definitely a strong closing date, because this year it's gonna be even more intense energetically, healing wise and transformation wise for everyone individually and collectively. But again, I was saying I had pulled cards, and I was gonna just make a post and like post a message, but I think it's nicer, to connect with whoever can, right? Live. So this was a card I had pulled from Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Activation, the sacred inner space. And this one had the description as sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality, which is where humanity is still kind of stuck in figuring out. Our lower three chakras, root chakra, again, survival, the mentality of that our true self is just this body, and then there's not more than that, and that's just based off of programming, which we talk about on this channel, how to clean the old energetic programs in our mind. And it's hard emotionally, but I think since 2020, when we were kind of forced to go inwards, right? The inner space, that's gonna continue in 2024. And then I also had gotten the Sword of Light, which always reminds me of Archangel Michael, that archetype of angels. Again, angels can be masculine or feminine, depending on which frequency you want to access from that angel and what type of healing or guidance you want from that angel. So this one was a Sword of Light. More like throat chakra healing as well, like speaking our truth, being our authentic self this year. And then again, it says divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. The cords cut we can also call them karmic cord cutting, boundaries. If we kind of are not so vocal about boundaries, this would be the year to have clear no's and yeses, that clarity. So authenticity, clarity of vision and intentions as we continue to transform on the within the inner dimensions. And then for protection, again, relating to those two cards, I had pulled the Merkaba card, our energetic spaceship, as I usually call it. Transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. And if you're on here and we're connecting, this is just a reminder from your spirit guides that keep doing the work you started in 2020 and the day you were born in this lifetime and your other lifetimes. You're transcending, ascending old programming. You're breaking your breakthrough, right? And breakthrough energy, Sword of Light. And if you look at the sword, that can also be represented as your own physical body. And then the wings are your angelic frequencies. When you rise as a phoenix, they say, right? From the ashes. This is the year for that. Holding your power, being sovereign. A lot of fire in this card, and it's the year of the dragon, so a lot of fire, but also the water. to keep us, I would say, flowing, going with the flow, and using our inner fire, our solar chakra, our motivation and drive, keeping all of that in balance as we move forward month by month. We don't need to paint a picture for the whole year, which reminds me that a lot of spiritual teachers in the spiritual community, instead of like making resolutions, most are picking a word or a few words for the year that they want to focus on. So that's another thing. If you would like to do, have a word you want to focus on as your driver or motivator for this year. And there are a bunch of other cards that came, like angelic frequencies. Again, our light, connecting with our light body, more with our light body this year. One word this year is fearless. Yeah, that's a nice one. A month ago. See, like I said, we're all on the same page on this channel. Fearless, yeah. Yeah. For me, I think it's just flow and more action versus just thinking. So action. And my lifetime word is always going to be patience. So that's still like the big word, but then I really like fearless. It's a time that we stop suppressing our throat center, the consciousness, living from the throat center, right? Or the I am frequency. And not just focusing on the root chakra or the sacral chakra. It's about time we start ascending our consciousness from focusing on like the survival mode or like being fearful of societal standards and all that. Breaking through from that programming, because it's all mental, and that's why it's kind of hard when we like take, for example, affirmations or resolutions. It's like we're measuring ourselves in a way which can be seen as judging ourselves, and that's not a high frequency to be present in. Remember, if you were to look at your light body, your energy body, this Merkaba would represent your spiritual body. And again, sacred geometry, this is high frequency when we can ascend our consciousness, right? Some folks are really good with visions, and they'll see shapes and energies and colors. So this is what we look like, but in a higher dimension and a higher frequency. And then, so keeping that in mind for this year, that you literally are more than flesh and bones, and you're connected with angelic frequencies, with source frequency. There's no separation when it comes to energy and spirit and consciousness. It's the separation is when we take birth as a human or any other life form, that we dial down that expanded consciousness, the source consciousness, then angelic, then spirit guides, then human. See how the channel kind of just like shrinks, and that's like low frequency versus high frequency, which the human mind would explode if it started accessing. Like, we would dysfunction right now if we were like having all this information flow and the energy, the physical body cannot handle that. So that's why we meditate. That's why we do energy healing, so we can step into our light body and then experience that wider scope of consciousness. And yeah, the divine matrix, right? Everyone's Merkaba coming together, becoming the flower of life, and then different flowers of life. Interconnectedness, all about alignment with our higher self, our higher consciousness, soul consciousness. And then again, this has been like even last year, like just karmic clearing, like ancestral clearing, the releasing. We carry the traumatic energy and also like the good energy from our ancestors, so just continuing to clear that this year. But still feeling grateful that our ancestors who came before us, their experiences led to the enrichment of our soul, our collective soul group. So whatever we need in this lifetime, the lessons we need to learn are also coming in from that wider scope of our consciousness. And then whenever we need those, we can access that through spirit, through meditation, through energy healing. So nothing really goes anywhere. It's just if you take out time and space, concepts, the Akashic field, nothing goes away, and we can access that information as needed. So these were all from Kyle Gray's. I just New Year's, I just felt like, connecting with his deck. Even, and then because dragons and then the other decks are too elemental, like too specific, whereas this deck, Gateway of Light Activation, is more like cosmic and Akashic, more on the soul, source consciousness level. That being said, if you guys want your like a card animal to guide you this year, I can do that. Because right, we know we're not just this human consciousness channel, we're more, but right now, like, we are here, so we need to focus on this, but that doesn't mean we can't connect to the different guides, the different consciousnesses. I wish I could draw it out, because this is not so it's also like this, but it's also the layers of the rainbow, and then those are realms, like elemental realm, Akashic, astral, angelic, frequency, source, right? So it's not just expanding this way, like when you come full circle, and in the center, that's like consciousness, enlightenment. But right now we're here, but we can access the different layers for guidance. And then whatever, be it dragons, animals, unicorns, they're just energetic frequencies to help us on our human journey. So let's do the animal deck. Also, I wanted to share this. My sister got us the tiger's eye. I've never seen such nice tiger's eye crystal, but I was looking at it. You can see the pointy ears. And then it has the grounding colors. See, like the reds, oranges, but it also has the white, gold, This is a strong crystal. Like the minute I touched, like now when I lit a candle first, right? You call in spirit by lighting candle. Then like light language was coming. So again, energy healing. If you want energy healing, I'll be using this crystal a lot. So we have this energy here, and then again, just if you guys are looking at it, it's activating energetic codes for you right now. Let's just take a few deep breaths. I hope it's not. I'll post a picture later, but because we're mentally connected right now, it goes past time and space. So you are getting like the energetic frequencies from this crystal. If you've done distant healing, Reiki, or any of that, you know how that telepathic connection works. That's how light codes work. So yeah, if you guys want to give me a number for the animal deck, then we can do that. Your animal guide for this year. Seven, 8. We also have energy of the divine feminine, Kalima. I figured that would go nicely with the tiger's eye crystal portal. So we have Kalima, and I sprayed it. So right now we are doing your animal guide for the year. And throughout the year, other animal guides, like we'll pull more cards, but this one would be your main one, I guess, protecting you. So whenever you feel afraid or unsafe or just need a little energy boost, you can think of this animal. First we had 7, then 8, and then 4. 7. Sorry, a bunch of them just dropped. 1 second. Another thing I need to improve this year is shuffling. Animal guide for you this year. That's a tiger. That's so funny. I feel like this is, again, the collective energy that's here. You know, all the animals that are going to come out now are going to be our main guides this year. Tiger. This one is Accept Your Magnificence, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel of Healing. Again, all elements, cosmic, earthly, all elements. And let me read. Again, this is Diana Cooper's, the OG animal / dragon / unicorn spiritual teacher master. Her oracle deck. So you had the tiger. The panda keeps coming for you too. I like when the cards fell, panda was there too when I was looking, and then now in the book. But tiger is, again, more of the throat center chakra, which we were talking about at the beginning. Archangel Michael, that archetype, the energy of authenticity, speaking your truth and not being afraid, setting boundaries and letting go of things that no longer serve your happiness or your peace, actually, in general. Why am I struggling to find this tiger? And if you're just joining, we are pulling animal cards, so your animal for the year. $123. Again, Archangel Raphael. So their connection galactic is with Orion and the Orion star system. Much wisdom in their auras, a powerful being spiritually as well as physically, extremely psychic. So again, this year is going to be about a lot of star seeds or folks opening up their crown chakras, third eye, going, again, the first card we pulled was going inwards, that sacred space inside, so connecting with our spiritual self. Their soul mission is to watch over and guard the planet from lower energies approaching us. Their roars not only alert other creatures to their boundaries, but send a warning out into space. They raise the frequency in the area. No two tigers have the same pattern of stripes. Each one is unique. So again, they're just embodying their authenticity, and that's what they're reminding us to do ourselves. They are unusual in the feline kingdom, for they are learning to enjoy water and even catch fish so that they can take this new understanding back to Orion. Just like humans have soul missions and like spiritual lessons to learn, souls that take form in animal bodies also have their own lessons to learn. Because at the end of the day, a soul isn't a form. It's an expression of source. Okay, and then the next one is number 8. So for the tiger, it's our throat center and our solar plexus chakras. And then Hurley, number 8. I want to put the tiger back, but these cards just went. The one that fell is Ladybird. So Ladybug, happiness, joy. Let me pull your card number 8. 1, 2. Owl. You got the owl. Listen to the messages of the angels. Again, high spiritual awareness, high spiritual gifts that you need, or if you desire to get in touch with, they are just there, which we were just talking about, right? The wider your expanded consciousness. It's just a matter of you desiring to turn the switch on and connect with your higher spiritual gifts, your inner wisdom, your soul's wisdom, to guide you better this year. And the book, make it quick. This time, look up the page number. 87. Fifth dimensional birds from Lacume, ascended aspect of Sirius. So we have Orion, Sirius. They carry, Sirius is another star system. A lot of star seeds in the other realms, dimensions I was talking about, they go to Sirius for like spiritual training, different spiritual skills to help them out in this human dimension, as well as like the other extraterrestrial lifetimes that they are having. So that the soul is having. Wisdom of their home star and their energy fields, known as wise because your energy enlightens people, and also because they have big round eyes. The more, so healing, Reiki and other energy healing can also be done through the eyes. So, and then, the popular saying, the eyes are the windows of the soul. So we say all these things for a reason. So your kindness, right? It all reflects, your emotions reflect through your eyes. So yeah, Diana Cooper talks about the golden age, or like the ascension of humanity, which, like we mentioned, right, the fifth dimension coming in the next few years. So owls are also here to help hold their frequency. So by holding that frequency and sending it off to other animals in our ecosystem, and since we are part of the ecosystem, we connect to those energies at certain levels, and then we welcome in those energetic codes for our personal healing, emotional healing. But what we need to activate, like turn the switch on, is meditating or intentionally connecting with them. So I would say, if you want to connect with your spiritual gifts or psychic abilities, owls are a great guide for you. And anyone on here. I know I have like so many owls in my room. Serve as teachers. They gather together elementals in the area and impart knowledge, wisdom. Also clear lower energies, particular territory, and are helped in this by cats. Some species of owl hoot or screech, others growl, chirp, or make different sound. Then their sound that they make is also energetically healing. Like whales, dolphins, all of these animals that make these sounds, it's all connected to the concept of sound healing for the planet and the interconnected network of all souls at like a planetary and cosmic level. Which is nice to remember, because we look at animals, we're just like, oh, that's just an animal. But there's more to every creature when it comes to energy and spirituality. You are being advised to use your knowledge carefully. This goes for all of us. Not just imparting. You are not just imparting information. When you communicate, again, the throat center, right? The energy in your aura is raising the frequency of those you speak to and helping to enlighten them. So this year we need to be, again, clear communication, boundary setting, being authentic, and communicating our creativity, using our Instagrams, Facebook, any social platform to share ourselves, because it's hard since COVID or other things, right? We're more remote or indoors, so that's why social platforms, just sharing pictures or sharing your story, because we're not born to hide our light, we're born to share our light. So if a bunch of us are not doing that, we need to start doing that more, because by seeing each other, everyone can shine their own light. And this year and coming years, that's gonna be reminded to us again and again by our spirit guides, by each other, by like nice experiences, but also bad experiences. Like when we don't understand what spirit is trying to tell us, we end up in like things like accidents, or like things that just shake us, so then we are forced to go within. If we're not doing that, then there's like our higher self has other ways, unfortunately, to shake us and be like, okay, you need to come to your senses and not keep running around and playing this programmed game, right? And take the power, take your sovereignty back. I think, but we can keep going on about owls, but the next number was 4 and then 3. And if you have to drop, I will share. So this was random, but feel free to drop if you need to. Number 4. We have tiger energy, we have owl energy. Okay, number ladybird again too. What is this? Kangaroo. You're gonna go to Australia. I'm kidding. Be a force for good. Archangels Rokiel, Jersisa, and Sandalphon. The owl archangel was Bokbi. I don't know much about all the angels. There's so many angels, but Sandalphon is the divine feminine. So the Earth Star, that was another card for this year. Earth Star Chakra from Kyle Gray's deck. Sandalphon is more focused on like keeping us connected to this planetary consciousness as well as like our feminine side. Again, I'm more like Archangel Michael, Raphael, more on like learning about them, coming across their info, but Sandalphon is very important, as are all the other angels. So kangaroo appears to have a rose quartz crystal behind it, which is heart center, and then there's like an orange sun, so that's sacral healing, heart healing. And then I just noticed you see the little kangaroos in the back, so more like connections, family, friends. But what I'm getting for you is like, don't get lost in just supporting others. Also support yourself. Go sometimes just again, the concept of keeping boundaries this year keeps coming up. Like if someone really cares or loves you, like even if you say no, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to experience that right now, I want to do this, experience this. This is reminding us to stand in our own stance and put ourselves first, basically. And then that unconditional divine feminine, the rose quartz, right? That can be your protection field, or like a crystal you can connect with this year would be rose quartz. And then again, we have our waters are blue, and you see these the dots reminds me of like interconnected, the galactic grid I always mention. So yes, we're all connected on the different lines, right? And then we radiate out. Our soul is connected to earth, our soul is connected to the cosmos, and then this represents source, the sun, the source. And then there's like nature, tree branches, everything's going on, but that doesn't mean we lose ourselves, the divinity in you, like the source is in you. So yes, everything else is important, but so are you. You need to put yourself first this year. So that crystal is rose quartz. For the tiger, it would be tiger's eye, or any of the grounding crystals. Owl would be more like amethyst. Blue, any of the blue crystals. Kangaroos are very nurturing, but I think Sandalphon, like for me, Earth Star, it's more like it's time to nurture yourself as well. If you haven't been nurturing yourself, this is your year. Self-care, again, going inward, right? The main card, the first card we had. So that's the Kangaroo. Let's see what Diana says. And then we have one more card after that. Kangaroo. Act as a peaceful warrior. Again, that Archangel Michael, that protective, the sword. We had one of the main portals or energies this year. That warrior, in the sense like you're fighting for yourself, as in like you're fighting for your own light to represent it, no matter what like society standards or limits, concepts, judgments there are. It's about standing in your own peace and your own power. That's also like the warrior description, if you look at it from a energetic frequency point. What's that warrior? That it's an energy frequency, just as peace is an energy frequency. These unique animals, ascended aspect of Mars. This is their galactic history, Lemuria, and wisdom of the golden civilization of Lemuria. So Lemuria, they were all about crystal healing, all about living from the heart-centeredness versus Atlantis. They were all about technology advancement, and that civilization fell. So now we're trying to fix what the fall of Atlantis had been. So this time we're not falling, but we are ascending. So Lemurians were all about heart-centeredness, the priestesses working with crystals, which we just mentioned, because crystals are technology. These hold high consciousnesses. They're healing technology. They are tuning into etheric libraries, aka Akashic records, and then keeping in mind a reminder for us to think about how this isn't the only lifetime our soul has had. We've had other lifetimes, and take out time and space, they're simultaneously happening. So just doing the energetic work, self-care, self-nourishing is going to bring out things that might not be pleasant and nice to face in the beginning, but as you let them filter out and feel them, because as humans we can feel emotional layer, and then there's a mental layer, and then there's physical. So it's all about alignment and channeling all that energetic data, the karmic cords, clearing that energy, and releasing a lot of energetic release, so you can heal and be on your best timeline this lifetime. Love this planet. Kangaroos love this planet and all of nature, and they use their Kundalini, vital energy force, to bound around so that the fragile soil structure of Australia is not damaged. Australia, I think that's either sacral or solar plexus chakra of our planet. So it makes sense that this animal collective consciousness and spirit is mainly located there. As healers, they can draw light from cosmic heart to heal the ley lines. Again, the grid I was talking about there on the planet, those are ley lines. Again, there's some people refer to them as dragon lines. Again, dragons keep on coming in. We'll do one collective dragon card because the year of the dragon, but they're just peaceful. Like they're spreading unconditional love, But the message is, if you're not nourishing yourself, you need to nourish yourself. And not get lost in just taking care of other people. Qualities include courage, leadership, power, and balanced with this feminine virtues of love, tenderness, and wisdom. So coming this year, focusing on your personal peace, alignment, and just being more easy with yourself. And that doesn't mean letting go of boundaries, which was also our message by the tigers and owls. Card of wise, balanced, compassionate leadership. Beholder of justice and equality. Particularly help those who are vulnerable. Treat our beautiful planet with respect and love. Nature will support you. So more nature stuff if you enjoyed that. And if you are not going into nature enough, start doing more. Whoever's on. It's just like general message, like if we are looking at kangaroos, not be consciously aware that you are receiving light when you think about or hold one of these sacred crystals. You are invited to tune into the information and knowledge held within the Lemurian crystals. So again, connecting more with crystals. Rose quartz would be a nice one. I'm just going based off of this, but any crystal that you feel called by, one thing you can do is hold a crystal in your hand, and then our body is a great system. So if I think I shared this last time, if you hold a crystal and then you move forward, first you ground yourself, you ask, is this crystal for me? And if you go forward, it's a yes. If it's not, you go backwards. And if it's nothing, then you can still get the crystal, but if you feel a strong pull, then that would be one of your main crystals in general to connect with. You may not be consciously aware that you are receiving light when you think about or hold one of these sacred crystals. Nevertheless, a download of keys and codes for the new golden age is being transmitted to you and will enable you to ease your journey through life. Be open to receiving it. All we need to do as humans is stay open to our spirit guides, because we're not supposed to do this human journey alone, because we ourselves are spirit and a soul. So we have our God team that stays back and doesn't manifest in a human form, but they are there. It's just that they can't impede on our free will. But that's why we meditate, we pray, so that's connecting to them. And then the last one was number 3. And if anyone else, I think that's it, wants a card, please let me know. This is the last call for the animal deck. Okay, number 3. And we'll end with a dragon card. So number 3. Split in half. I hope they improve their Instagram live settings, because this, I still can't tell who's on or who's not, because some people join and leave, but it doesn't tell you. So you had number 3, Jasmine. Number 3 for Jasmine. Card for Jasmine. Okay, there's one card that's just popping. We'll keep that to the side. The owl came again, but that wasn't the number you chose. It was just the only one standing out. Okay, number 3. What did you get? Oh, you got the snake. Again, a snake represents Kundalini, ascension, live according to your divine essence, the elemental kingdom. So all elemental guides, basically. And again, dragons are ascended form of serpents, they say. So here of the dragon. There's a lot of water in this, so emotional healing. Just looking at their face, it's like, reminding you, focusing your attention on your personal goals, on your personal well-being. You're ascending on your own time. And then this little snake here, so these are like darker, lighter, and then this one is like cosmic, like lighter colors, and the heart center. So again, us, the journey inwards, the coiled snake going inwards concept, and then opening up as it needs to release, but then going inwards again as it needs to rest. So these are some really nice animals that came like from all the different elements: birds, tigers, kangaroos, earth. We covered all dimensions. And snakes are like again Kundalini, so more like meditation, but not judging yourself. Again, snakes know they're authentic. They know they are unique and powerful in their own time. They don't care about what other snakes think. They don't care about what other animals think, or that's how we are being reminded to not worry about what others think. And that's what like the kangaroos, owls, tigers, they were reminding us. I like snakes. They're like simple, but they're really complex. Like in dreams, they show up and it can mean so many things. But the main thing is like not being fearful. I think that was one of the words you guys shared, fearless, for this year. I feel like people are scared of snakes because they give off the energy of like no one can mess with them. So we read that energy. There's always like two ways of looking at things. Because we sense that from them, then we're afraid of them. We're like, oh, they don't want to be messed with. And that's exactly how we need to be. Not like in the sense become unfriendly towards people, but like setting boundaries again. Okay, so we'll end with the dragon card. It's the year of the dragon. Those were nice cards. And snake covers, again, all of the elemental kingdom, but all of the chakras as well. So take your time with your healing. It's for everyone. Now the big one, which main dragon guide or guides will we have this year? For all who are on... Okay, fine. I'll flip this one. Well, this is just Merlin, the master, the dragon master. He's here. He's supporting us. And then the dragon behind is like the violet dragon or the cosmic. But, okay, that's just Merlin. Or spirit guide in spirit. And remember the dimensions, the realms I was talking about? So he's a master of magic, elemental magic. I do this magic because I think even simple acts we do in life are magical. Okay, so main dragon guide. Okay, splitting in half. Okay, what do you want? Okay, So that's the air chalice. Oh, which dragon is this? Okay. We are, and that's the yellow. Thoughts. The white dragon. And it was next to the air element. Again, reminding us of our personal ascension and collective ascension. Feminine aspects. This year is all about divine feminine coming up to support the divine masculine that has been lost. So rising, right? We have Kalima energy today, and then the tiger energy. Yeah, I'm like, I think most of you are not surprised because a lot of the spiritual teachers have been talking about the divine feminine rising ever since last year. So we'll see more of that, just like more collective energy where things are just like not so pretty, but they're coming out for healing. And the divine feminine is all about emotions, feelings, healing, talking about healing, and just connecting. So I think that makes sense. This is our main dragon for the year. The air elemental, and Merlin's always there to support us. Call on Merlin, to give you insight. Again, we were talking about tapping into our own psychic ability, so Master Merlin, spiritual teacher, spiritual guru, is always there. Let's see what's at the top. It's curious. Again, the blues, the higher consciousness dragons are popping for this coming year. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it there. Oh, and then when I had split the deck, our favorite, this dragon has been coming for us in our readings. Solar plexus, sacral, the grounded, keeping us grounded, human, but then this dragon reminding us to be feminine and cosmic. So we got both. This year is about alignment. And we have our grounded dragons, we have our air cosmic dragons to support us. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it there. And then when I do post, I'll do like a summary. But thank you guys for joining.